T-R-O, I ain't come to play with.
Coach, the city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild CenturyLink field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, 49ers.
Check, ready. Come on, get you running.
Right here. Check.
Going to give this time to the tailback. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Owens. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
And the 49er 1st down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
You got three down. Tighten up. Zebra.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, alert. Hey, Mike's 50. I got him.
Throwing is Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, 52 right here. 52. That's the pass.
From the 38, Wilson nowhere to escape, open. He goes down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now a handoff here to his running back. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Wall, get wall. Check it.
He'll drop to throw. Man open, Rice. 13 yards there and a Niner first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the
On 2nd down, it's Jordan. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Wilson. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Green 80.
Mike 50, huh? Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe.
Hey. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's pick it up. It's our time. Echo. The field. Let's get off the field.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike. Squeeze, double.
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Watch the out. Go, 14. Check. Hot route. Hot.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down, San Francisco.
Ready. Mike forward.
Hey, check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. That is caught inside the 5. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Dances by him. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Front left, front left.
Running with Kamara. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
He runs.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
What we got?
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
12. Hey, check. Mike 50. Kermit. Pause. Mike's 50. Here we go. Mike 50.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
It's our time. Check. Lucky.
On 3rd down, Wilson will find Metcalf. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Buddy up.
54, right there. 54 Mike. Coming.
66. Pull it. Half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Mark 54.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Seahawks take over
Let's go,
first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Green 80! You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Jordan. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
That good for 22 and a first down. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, summertime and the living is easy. Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go again.
40-yard line.
Kill. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Quick the edge. Go. Reload.
on the ground, Kamara. And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh?
Hey, me and you all day.
Go.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Shift.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he spins free. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
54. Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 6. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Check. Fresno.
No.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sponge. No. Check 37.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Check.
Hayward. 50's to Mike. Watch the screen. Pass.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike.
Tackle.
This time Wilson will throw. He's going to go for it. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mike 50.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, We've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
39-yard line.
Come on, set. Six to Pittsburgh. Back two. Check, 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 check.
They'll drop the throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run on first down. It's Jordan, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, check Mike 27.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
I got it. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Let's go. Hey, no. Mike 54. Hey, pick your game up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line. Execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Run it.
They run it again with Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
It's a gain of 2.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the 49ers, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.